Lee, another late one, another dramatic finish.
Yeah, we've worked out this club's no good for my heart. That's the first thing. Yeah, look, the first half disappointed. We didn't lay a glove on them in my eyes. Change of shape. We had circumstances going into the week. Probably tried to get the sort of most informed players, if you like, into a formation. I thought Rangers recognised and worked out quickly where our soft points were, and we didn't apply pressure like I've promised. And that was the disappointing thing, particularly for the supporters, because I know what they want to see. We're very early stages of our development, and at half time I wasn't happy, if I'm honest with you, and we needed to be more front foot, more aggressive. I wanted centre halves on the halfway line. I wanted wide men pressing centre halves, and we slowly started to get back in the game. Obviously, that combination again, Yuan and Boyle, is a really good one, particularly when we catch teams on the counter because of the speed and the agility. So that was a good goal for us. And then I was disappointed because I thought we was in the ascendancy then to concede slightly against a run of play, but obviously our front foot aggression, I think, has then led to the incidents and the circumstances that have allowed us to attack 9 men for the last sort of 15 minutes. And we did it okay. We tried to put the right bodies in the right area. We lacked a bit of finesse, I think, in the final third of our crossing. But it's difficult, actually, believe it or not. I know it doesn't sound like it should be, but when they're well organised in the middle of the goal with 8, 9 bodies, you need something a little bit extra, a bit like Josh's goal, to be able to turn it around. And I actually thought we should have had more injury time on the back of that, and maybe we'd have had 1 or 2 more opportunities if 2 or 3 minutes more.
Yeah, let's discuss the penalty that Rangers got then first of all. What was your take on that?
Well, I think it's a 50-50 one, if I'm honest. If you're talking about the level of contact, it's soft. If you're going to be consistent with that level of contact, first of all, you have to give a penalty for us on Bashiri in the first half, and secondly, almost every corner you'd be given penalties for, because players are not looking at the ball, players are blocking, players are shirt pulling, players are grabbing around the waist, exactly like that was, and it seemed a bit of a free hit for them in that circumstance. And listen, I think if VAR look at that, I think it's 50-50. I think if VAR look at the Bashiri one in the first half, I think it's 80-20 for us. So that's my take on it. I'm just being honest. I know everybody will have a different view. But look, the important thing is that we come out of a really poor first half with a point and a level of momentum again. We've tried to be bold, we've tried to be brave. There's so much to do. There is, let's not sit here and sugarcoat like where we are. There's a lot to do. But we can prime ourselves for points and performances over the next 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, obviously Rangers' 2 red cards changed the dynamic of the game as well. You said there it's not as easy as it seems even though they're down to 2 men, because they bank in and stop you from playing, stop crosses into the box. What did you have to change then to create that extra little bit of space?
Well, I think first of all we created that aggression in the opposition, and whether Lundstrom's one's a sending off, I'm not sure. It's probably a tactical foul yellow for me. But obviously the elbow and the smack in the face definitely is. But because of our front foot aggression, that created those incidents that enabled us to then try to attack that 9 men. And listen, in the end, it was just making sure that we had the numerical advantage where it mattered most. Sometimes you can actually build with too many bodies behind the ball, and it happened 2 or 3 times. You could hear us screaming like, "Josh, get forward, get forward." And that was, I suppose, a good example of him being in the right area at the right time for the second ball, and a really good finish.
Yeah, Josh Campbell, obviously, great finish at the end. He deserves a lot of credit, doesn't he? He works really hard on the pitch, and then obviously that moment of quality right at the end.
Yeah, well, he's a really honest young player. He's fit as a fiddle. He's ours. Obviously come through the academy, and I understand, and everybody should understand that players like that, they need support, they need time. But obviously you have to earn the right to be in the team. It should be a heavy shirt playing for Hibs, and you have to put in performances. And I think so far, from what I've seen and learnt about Josh, he's a very trustworthy player. And if he can add the goals like he did against St Johnstone away and then today, and he can put the tackles in and he gets up and down the pitch, then obviously there's a place for him.
Absolutely, and the fans were really pulling that goal in as well, weren't they?
think we all were. And look, the fans have been brilliant. You know, we are desperate to deliver for this set of supporters, and we're, like I say, we are at very early stages of where we need to be. We won't sugarcoat anything, but I do believe that we're making a lot of good decisions. There's a lot of development to come. There's a lot of good players to come back from injury, and we should just keep getting stronger and stronger as the weeks go on.
Absolutely, Lee. Well done, and thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.